Good morning to everyone. Welcome back, Gnanadiksha Phase 2. How are you children? I hope you are good at home. Stay home, stay safe. Mathematics is a universal language of human environment and plays a vital role in our day-to-day life. Children, do you know where does the beauty of mathematics involved? Is the beauty of mathematics involved in finding the solution of the problem. It is no doubt that the world today is greatly indebted the contributions made by Indian mathematicians. So before going to our topic, just we see a small history behind our Indian mathematicians. Let us look at the slide. Here we have some of the Indian mathematicians. Look at the first picture. He is Aryabhatta. He is also an astronomer and he is called as father of Indian mathematics, and he worked on place value system. Look at the second picture. He is Brahmagupta. He developed a symbol for zero. And look at the third picture. He is Srinivasa Ramanujan. Our government of India declared in December 2011 to celebrate Srinivasa Ramanujan birthday as a National Mathematics Day on every year 22nd December, and also declared 2012 is the National Mathematics Year. Not only these three children, there are many mathematicians and we have their contribution. For example, P.C. Mahalanobis. He worked in statistics and he is also called as father of Indian statistics. Dattatreya Ramachandra Karpekar. He worked in number theory and he worked in statistics also, and he describes the classes of natural numbers. And Shakuntala Devi, she is an Indian writer and a mental calculator and popularly known as human computer. So we know very well that children, mathematics is involved in numbers. Right from morning to when we go to the bedtime, in all the aspects we are using the numbers. So let us see some of the real life applications of numbers. Time, calendar, measurements, the distance from one place to the other place, consumption of the petrol, weather report, mobile numbers, passwords, in sports, music, in all the aspects, everywhere we are using the numbers. Generally, we use the numbers for counting. What are the counting numbers? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on are called as counting numbers. So what are these counting numbers? All the counting numbers are called as natural numbers. All the counting numbers are called as natural numbers. Today our topic is natural numbers. Natural numbers. We are telling that all the counting numbers are called as the natural numbers and also called as positive integers or non-negative integers. So the natural numbers are represented by the letter capital N. N is equal to the collection of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Can you tell me the smallest natural number? Yes, obviously it is 1. The smallest natural number is 1. Can you tell me which is the greatest natural number? It cannot be determined or it does not exist because we have uncountable numbers. Now, 2 is a natural. What is the successor of 2? 3. 3 is a natural. What is the successor of 3? 4. So, from this what we can say, the difference between any two consecutive natural numbers is always 1. Every natural number has a successor. Next, coming to the predecessor. 6 is a natural. What is the predecessor of 6? Minus 1, which is 5. 6 minus 1, which is 5. 5 minus 1, 4. 4 minus 1, 3. So like that, coming to 1, 1 minus 1, 0. Natural number 1 do not have the predecessor. So then what about 0? What is the role of 0? Is 0 a natural number? No, 0 is not a natural number. It is an insignificant digit. And the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what we are telling the counting, they are called as significant digit, whereas 0 is insignificant digit. So the Brahmagupta first, he explained how to use 0 in numerical way in mathematics, and he developed the symbol for 0. Now, collection of all the natural numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. When we include 0 to the collection of natural numbers, the new set of numbers are called as whole numbers. Whole numbers are represented by the letter W. W is equal to the collection of whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Now, can you tell me, children, which is the smallest whole number? Yes, it is 0. Can you tell me which is the greatest whole number? Cannot be determined or does not exist because we have uncountable numbers. Now, what is the difference between any two consecutive whole numbers? Obviously, it is 1. Obviously, it is 1. Now my question to you, children, are all the natural numbers are whole numbers? Yes, all the natural numbers are whole numbers, but all the whole numbers are not natural numbers, because 0 does not belongs to the collection of natural numbers. The collection of natural numbers, but whereas 0 belongs to the collection of whole numbers. All the natural numbers are whole numbers, but all the whole numbers are not natural numbers. But when we exclude 0 from the set of whole numbers, definitely all the whole numbers are natural numbers. Next, how to represent these natural numbers and whole numbers on the number line? Today, we are going to discuss how to represent the natural and whole numbers on the number line. Representation of number line. So, number line is a pictorial representation of numbers on a straight line. Numbers on a straight line, and it refers to compare and ordering of the numbers. So, how to represent the natural and the whole numbers on the number line? Draw a line, mark a point extreme left of that. So, label it as 0, and from 0 take 1 unit distance, mark it as 1, label it as 1. From the same unit distance, mark it as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. So, everywhere the distance between any two numbers is uniform. So, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 and so on are called as the natural numbers. And from 0 to all these are called as the whole numbers. Are all called as the whole numbers. Now, look at this slide. So, from this easily we can see how to represent the natural and the whole numbers on the number line. Now, we have 4 fundamental operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So, how to do all these operations on this number line? Now, we are going to discuss. Let us take any two natural or the whole numbers. 2 plus 3. So, how can we represent this 2 plus 3 on the number line? Draw a number line. Mark 0 with a unit distance 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on. This symbol represents that it extends endlessly. Now, start from 0. We are adding 3 to 2. So start from 2 and move 3 steps towards the right of that number. Start from 2 and move 3 steps right of that number. So 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. We jumped 3 steps to the right of that number because we are representing the addition on the number line. When we are representing the addition on the number line, we have to move 2 words right of that number. So we will reach at 5. So therefore the resulting number is 5. So therefore we can say that 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. For example, 6 plus 2. Take one more example, 6 plus 2. Start from 6 and move 2 steps towards the right of that number. So 6 to 7, 7 to 8, we will reach at 8. So therefore the resulting number is 8. So therefore we can say that 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. Not only the addition, we can represent the subtraction on the number line also. See one of the example for the subtraction. 6 minus 4. We are subtracting 4 from 6. Again draw a number line. Mark the numbers on the number line 0, 1 with unit distance 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are subtracting 4 from 6. When we are subtracting a number on the number line, we have to move towards left of that number. Towards left of that number. So start from 6 and move 4 steps to the left of that number. So we will reach at 1, 2, 3, 4. We will reach at 2. So therefore we can say that the difference between 6 and 4 is equal to 2. Is equal to 2. Not only the subtraction, we can represent the multiplication is also on the number line. Let us see one of the example. For example, 4 into 2. How to represent this number on the number line? Mark 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and so on. Multiplication, we know that it is a repeated addition. It is a repeated addition. So in the multiplication, when we are representing on the number line, we have to start from 0. We have to start from 0. 4 into 2 is nothing but 4 times 2. 4 times 2. So start from 0. So move 2 steps. How many times? 4 times. 0 to 2. Again 2 to 4 and 4 to 6 and 6 to 8. We will reach at 8. We will reach at 8. So therefore the resulting number is 8. So therefore 4 2s are 8, or 2 into 4 is also 8, because the order, when we change the order, it does not affect on the number. Next, coming to the division. So how to divide a number on the number line? Let us see one more example. 10 is divided by 5. 10 is divided by 5. Again draw a number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We know very well that the division is repeated subtraction. The division is repeated subtraction. When we are representing the division on the number line, we have to start from the given dividend. So here 10 is the dividend and 5 is the divisor, and what we are getting, the resulting number, is called as the quotient. So that is why start from 10 and move towards left of that number, because the division is a repeated subtraction. So start from 10 and move how many? 5 steps. So 10 to 5 and 5 to 0. So until we reach 0, we have to continue the process. So therefore, here in how many jumps we reach to 0? This is one jump and this is second jump. So therefore, here the quotient is 10 is divided by 5 is equal to 2. So in this way, we can represent all the 4 fundamental operations using the number line. See here, look at the slide. Subtracting using a number line. See, 10 minus 6. So we have to start from 10. We have to start from 10 and move how many steps to the left, because subtraction, when we are subtracting a number, we have to move left of that number. So start from 10 and move towards left of that 6 times. So we will reach at 4. So therefore 10 minus 6 is equal to 4. Now one more example for the multiplication. See, here 4 jumps of 6. Start from 0. In each jump we have to move 4 steps. 0 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 18 and 18 to 24. So therefore 4 into 6, which is equal to 24. When we change the order also, we will get the same number, that is 24. So in this way we can represent all the operations, all the 4 fundamental operations on the number line. Next, coming to the main concept of this topic, properties. What is mean by property? What is the use of these properties? And what is the use of learning of these properties? Is properties helps us to make our calculations easily. If you use the properties, we can find the solution of the problem easily. We can find the sum easily, we can find the product easily. So that is why properties helps us to make our calculations easy. So now under natural numbers and whole numbers, we have 4 major properties. They are namely closure property, commutative property, and the third property is associative property. And the fourth property is distributive property or distributive laws. Distributive property or distributive laws. So now we are going to see whether these all 4 properties are exist with respect to the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division or not, we are going to see. So for better understanding, just I am preparing a table. So whether these properties are exist under all the 4 fundamental operations or not. See. So take the natural numbers and the whole numbers here, and addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So first, closure property. Whether it is exist under all the 4 fundamental operations or not. See. So what is a closure property? You take any 2 natural or whole numbers. Here I am taking 2 and 3. 2 plus 3 is equal to, what is the sum here? 5. If you add any 2 natural numbers or the whole numbers, the sum is also a natural and a whole number. So 2 is a natural and whole and 3 is a natural and whole. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, where 5 is also a natural number and the whole number. So from this what we can say, if you add any 2 natural numbers, the sum is also a natural number. If you add any 2 whole numbers, the sum is also a whole number. So from this what we can understand, the sum of any 2 natural numbers is always a natural and the sum of any 2 whole numbers is always a whole number. For example, if a comma b are any 2 natural or the whole numbers, then a plus b is always a natural and the whole number. Is always a natural and the whole number. So from this we can say that the closure property exists with respect to the addition. With respect to the addition, we say that the closure property satisfies under addition of natural numbers and the whole numbers. So simply we can say that yes, it exists. Next, the same property, whether it exists under subtraction or not. See, take any 2 naturals or the wholes. Here 5. I am subtracting 3 from this. 5 minus 3 how much? 2. So where 2 is a natural number and the whole number. Now I am taking 7 minus 8. What is the difference here? 7 minus 8, which is minus 1, where minus 1 is not a natural and the whole number. Not a natural number and the whole number. So, in one case it is existing, in another case it does not exist. So, from this what we can say? The closure property does not exist under subtraction of natural numbers and the whole numbers. So, we can say that it is no. It is no. Next, coming to the multiplication. Whether it is this closure property exists under multiplication or not. See. It take any two naturals or the whole numbers, 2 and 5. What is the product of these two? Again it is a natural number, 10 is a natural number and a whole number. So the product of any two whole numbers is always a whole number. The product of any two natural numbers is always a natural number. So from this what we can say? The closure property, it exists under multiplication of natural numbers and the whole numbers. So we can say that S. Next, coming to the division. So, take any two numbers, natural numbers. 10 is divided by 2. So, what is the quotient? 5. Now, 2 is divided by 10. What is the quotient? 2 by 10, which is equal to 1 by 5, where 1 by 5 is not a natural and the whole number. Can we find any such kind of elements in the collection of natural and the whole? No. So that is why in first case it is existing, in the second case it does not exist. So that is why we can say that the closure property does not exist under division of natural numbers and the whole numbers. We can say that no. Now what we can understand, what we can analyze from this? The closure property only exists under addition and multiplication. It does not exist under subtraction and division. Next, coming to the second property, commutative property. What is that? Commutative property. What is a commutative property? You take any two naturals or the whole numbers. Here I am taking 5 and 7. What is 5 plus 7? 12. Now I am changing the order of these numbers. 7 plus 5, which is equal to 12. So when we change the order of these numbers, is there any change in the resulting number? Obviously no. Because if you change the order in the addition, it does not affect on the result. So from this, if a comma b are any two natural numbers or the whole numbers, then we can say that a plus b is always equal to b plus a. This property is called as commutative property under addition of natural numbers and the whole numbers. So we can say that the commutative property exists under addition of naturals and the whole numbers. Next, coming to the subtraction, whether it is exist or not. See, 10 minus 8. Subtract 8 from 10. What is the difference? 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. Whereas 8 minus 10, I am changing the order. What is the difference of 8 minus 10? Which is minus 2. So this is positive number and this is negative number. So can we find any such kind of elements in the set of naturals and the wholes? Because minus 2 does not belongs to the collection of natural and the whole numbers. So we can say that if a comma b are any two natural or the whole numbers, then a minus b is always not equal to b minus a. A minus b is not equal to b minus a. So that is why we can say that the commutative property does not exist under subtraction of natural numbers and the whole numbers. So we can say that it is no. Next, coming to the multiplication. Whether the same property, commutative property, exists under multiplication or not. See, 8 into 8, find the product. What it becomes? 640. I am changing the order. 8 into 80. Is there any change in the resulting number? No. When we change the order in the multiplication, it does not affect on the result. The result remains same. So here A into B is equal to B into A. So we can say that the commutative property exists under multiplication of naturals and the wholes. Next, coming to the division, whether it exists under division or not. See, 10 is divided by 5. What it becomes? The quotient is 2. When I am changing the order, 5 is divided by 10. What it becomes? 5 by 10. 5 by 10 is equal to 1 by 2, where 1 by 2 is not a natural number and the whole number. So from this we can say that the division, the commutative property does not exist under division of natural numbers and the whole numbers. So we can say that no. We can say that no. So what we have discussed till now, children? We have discussed what are the natural numbers and what are the whole numbers. Are all the naturals are wholes and are all the wholes are naturals? And how to represent and how to do all the 4 fundamental operations on the number line, and some of the properties we have discussed. So what are the properties we have discussed? Closure property and commutative property. In the next session we will continue the remaining properties. So now coming to the, now this is the time to note down your summer project questions. No, please make a note, children. Represent the following on the number line. Make a note. Find the product of largest 4-digit number and the largest 3-digit number using distributive law. So today in the class what we have discussed, children? Natural numbers and what are the whole numbers and how to represent the natural numbers and the whole numbers on the number line, and some of the properties of natural numbers and whole numbers on all the 4 fundamental operations. Did you make a note, children? Note down the questions. Represent the following. Look at the slide. Represent the following on the number line. 14 plus 23 minus 7. 19 into 8. Find the product of largest 4-digit number and the largest 3-digit number using distributive law.